Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your fave. And before we get into this video, yes, I'm bald-headed now. Life's been crazy. No, I honestly just shaved my head because I was tired of having hair and having to deal with it. So I shaved it off. Anyway, if you couldn't tell by the title of this video, this is my recommendations for the best fall and winter fragrances. Now you might be thinking to yourself and asking yourself, now Andrew, why are you doing winter fragrances when it's clearly fall? Well, if you don't know, I live in upstate New York, and so even though we get 4 seasons, fall literally is like a week, and then we head into winter, and that's why I'm doing this. Before we get into this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. I'll leave timestamps down below of all the different fragrances that I'm going to be talking about today, so let's get into this video. I also want to mention too, I'll leave the prices of all the fragrances down below because I honestly can't think of them off the top of my head. But let's get into this first fragrance. If you're looking for a big body Benz vanilla fragrance, the fragrance that I'm talking about is Coach Dreams Sunset. Let me read y'all the notes. The top notes are pear ice cream, bergamot. Middle notes are magnolia and jasmine sambanc. The base notes are vanilla and tonka bean. When I tell you, so I bought this fragrance, I don't know if y'all will be able to tell. That's how much I've used so far, and I bought this in August. I don't think I've ever used a fragrance up this fast. I mean, obviously I haven't used it up. I don't think I've used a fragrance this much and this often, left it this much, since I bought my Chanel Chains Eau du Tendre, I think, the pink one. That one I used down to the ground, down to the bone. Like, that was my ride or die back in the day. But this one, if you want a vanilla, musky, big body Benz fragrance, please, for the life of me, go to your closest Ulta and Sephora after you see this video and give this a sniff. It's an experience when you spray it and use it, because although there's obviously the vanilla and the tonka bean in there, but the muskiness of the other notes that pull through, like you will smell like you got your shit together. Word to Kalani. I don't know how else to describe it, but it smells so good, and it's not too juvenile. That's my thing with, usually that's my problem with like vanilla leaning fragrances, that they're a little too sweet, or they lean too juvenile, or they're just a little bit more basic. But if you couldn't tell by this video, I like vanilla fragrances that are a little bit more, not necessarily big body Benz, but they have that extra little something, kind of like with the Alien Goddess, that has a little something. The Coach Dream Sunset has a little something. There's something extra in there that sets it apart from other vanilla fragrances. There's just something about it. There's just something about it. So this next fragrance is a more recent purchase that I bought. By the time this goes up, probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, but I've been eyeing it ever since the promos came out, and I was like, I gotta have it. Then I sniffed it in stores, and I was like, I gotta have it. Then I was waiting for a sale, then I bought it on a sale. I actually bought it off of Mugler's website because they were having like a really good deal, and I got this like 30% off or whatever. So the fragrance that I'm talking about is Angel Goddess by Mugler. So let me read y'all the notes. So the top notes are coconut water and bergamot. The middle notes are jasmine and heliothrope. I don't know how to say that. The base notes are bourbon, vanilla, and cashmere. Y'all. This, I would say, is the perfect, along with the Coach one that I'm going to be talking about last. So this fragrance is a perfect all-year fragrance if you're going to use it in the evening, but for the fall and winter, you can use it in the day or evening. I mean, you can use any fragrance during whatever time. I'm just, whatever. But the thing for me that sets this fragrance apart from other vanilla-esque leaning fragrances is that it's not too sweet, it's not too juvenile, and it's not too basic. So if you want a vanilla leaning fragrance, but you don't want, the standard run-of-the-mill, everyone smells like everyone fragrance, go ahead, go to your local Sephora or Ulta. I think they sell this at Ulta, and just give this a sniff. I just sprayed it on this paper towel. This is what I envision a gold bar smelling like. I think what sets this fragrance apart is the coconut water in there, because it just gives it the depth that's needed that really sets it apart from other vanilla fragrances. And this fragrance pairs really well with other very fall, winter leaning fragrances, because it really just, if it's a little bit too deep, the fragrance that you're using, you can spray this along with that fragrance, and it really just softens it up and just brings a little bit more light into it. So this next fragrance is another fragrance that I talked about in my fragrance collection video back in the summer, but it's an amazing amazing fall and winter scent. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it is the Kilian Boys fragrance. Now I'm going to read off the fragrance notes, and I'll put them up on the screen as well. So the top notes are Coca-Cola and lime, the middle notes are cinnamon, apple, and nutmeg, and the base notes are cedar and amberwood. Just from opening up the fragrance top, this smells like Coca-Cola, but it doesn't smell like a kiddie version of Coca-Cola. This smells like a sophisticated version of Coca-Cola. So if you're on the market, if you're looking for something for the holiday time, if you want to stand out from the crowd, from the usual like Kilian Love Don't Be Shy, Kilian Angels on Ice, or all the hyped ones, I guess. Like, if you know, you know. And if you don't, then you're just not that girl, because this fragrance is everything. Now, there was word on the street. Word on the street was that Kilian was being phased out of Sephora. I don't know how true that is, because they said that they were, Kilian themselves, the brand. But you can still buy this on Sephora's website, or buy it in store at your nearest Sephora. At least at my nearest Sephora, it's still in stock. So if you were wondering, if you just like, if you want a unique fragrance and you want to stand out from the crowd and you like gourmand fragrances, I say head over to your nearest Sephora and sniff this bad boy, because I'm telling you, you are going to smell like a sophisticated baddie. Period. There's nothing more I can say about the subject, because if you know, you know. If you don't, I'm sorry. So this next fragrance is another fragrance that I talked about in my fragrance collection video back in the summer. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about the Gucci Bloom Ambrosia di Fiori. I think that's how you pronounce it. All you need to know is the Gucci Bloom in the red bottle. The top notes are jasmine and honeysuckle. The middle notes are tuberose. The base notes are damask rose and orris. If you don't like floral fragrances, this isn't going to be for you. If I'm not mistaken, I remember describing this fragrance in my fragrance collection video as a big body Benz floral fragrance that's perfect for the winter. This smells like a high-end floral fragrance without leaning too grandma and not leaning too juvenile, if you know what I mean. So again, if y'all are interested in any of the fragrances that I'm talking about, go into your nearest Sephora or Ulta, wherever they sell these, and just sniff them for yourself, because again, this is a big body Benz fragrance and this lasts all day. Because I've seen reviews on Sephora and Ulta's website saying that this doesn't last all day for them. This doesn't last all day on them. I don't know what they'd be wearing, or if they're just like rubbing it on their like arm. This lasts all day on me. All you honestly need is like a spritz and a half. If that, you will smell like the most beautiful bouquet of roses. But again, it doesn't lean too grandma and it's not leaning too juvenile. To me, this is the perfect sweet spot for a floral. So this next fragrance is again another fragrance that I talked about in my fragrance collection video this past summer, and this might be a little controversial. I know how girls like to tussle, but if you know, you know, and if you don't, you don't. So this is none other than one of my favorite winter fragrances, Angel by Mugler. Actually, I'm not going to read all the notes. I'm just going to put the notes up on the screen. So, why I say this fragrance is controversial, because people say that it smells like grandma, it's too strong, it's this, it's that, it's the... So to me, this fragrance mixing with my body chemistry, this smells like Cinnabon. I know fragrances smell different on everyone, but to me this smells like a hot, fresh cinnamon bun from Cinnabon. So the trick with this fragrance, actually it's not really a trick, it's just knowing how strong a fragrance is and how little to use. Honestly, you don't even need a full spritz of this. Just ever so lightly spray it wherever and you're going to smell like you walked out of a French bakery. I'm telling you, listen to me. Out of all the things I've said on this channel, this fragrance, I want to say, is one of the best winter fragrances out on the market. I might be ahead of my time, I might be standing 10 toes down by myself, but I don't care. So this next fragrance is for my girls, gays, ladies, and men's that like a little bit more masculine leaning fragrance, and I'm talking about the Acqua di Giò by Giorgio Armani. Now, when I'm feeling mask for mask, this is what I use. Let me read y'all the fragrance notes. So the fragrance notes of this one are C notes. So the top notes of this one are C notes and bergamot. The middle notes are rosemary, sage, and geranium. The base notes are incense and patchouli. So if y'all didn't know, by all the fragrances that I'm talking about today and my past fragrance collection video, I love a good patchouli scent. It is what it is. This one's probably one of my favorite masculine leaning fragrances, and what I like about this one is that it smells like incense, but it doesn't smell too strong, or it's not too heavy of incense because of the C notes and the bergamot in it, so it really balances itself out. But this just smells so sexy. Like if I ever meet someone that's wearing this one, I think I might just propose to them right then and there, because this just smells so sexy and masculine. If and when I do find someone, if they don't like this fragrance, I think I might have to break up with them. Again, all these fragrances are great gift ideas, but also with this one, it's not too expensive, and Ulta does have a lot of deals with their fragrances. So if you're looking for something for your boyfriend, your significant other, or a parent. So this next fragrance is a more recent purchase that I bought for my birthday. And I don't think I've talked about it on my channel yet, but it's a banger, and if you know, you know. If you don't, I'm sorry, you're just not that girl. And the fragrance that I'm talking about is Coffee Break by Maison Margiela Replica. So let me read you the notes. So the top notes are pepper, orange blossom, and patchouli. The middle notes are lavender, coffee, milk, tonka bean, whatever that word is. And the base notes are vanilla, cedar, and velvetier. Y'all. The difference between French bakery, when I talk about Angel by Mugler and Coffee Break by Maison Margiela, Angel smells like a French bakery that makes pastries. Coffee Break smells like a French bakery that makes espressos and just solely makes coffee. Goddamn, that smells good. So I would recommend this fragrance to anyone that wants a perfect fall or winter fragrance that's not too smoky like By the Fireplace, but something that's still in the same realm. You know what I'm saying? Now, this doesn't smell like By the Fireplace, but if you don't want something as intense as By the Fireplace, highly recommend go to your local Sephora and just give this a sniff, because it smells so delicious. It honestly smells like a coffee shop. Alright, so that's the end of this video. Those were the 7 fragrances that I think personally and recommend to anyone who's on the market that's looking for a cute fall or winter fragrance. Let me know what y'all think down below. Comment down your favorite winter or fall fragrances. Let's talk in the comments, because y'all know I love a good fragrance. And I'm gonna go get ready for this Thanksgiving feast. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want more details of this look, you can go head over to my Instagram, which will probably not be posted, but you can click the description box and see everything that I used on my face today, along with everything that I talked about. And yeah. And the one that I'm thinking of is, what's the one that got backlash with Johnny Depp? Savage from Dior. That one. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know how people wear that. That is disgusting.